Hello, I'm Ian Beavis and welcome to episode 4 of This Is Important from AMCI's LA headquarters. This is a program where we're going to cover what's behind the scenes and what is important in the industry that you may not have seen or heard anywhere else. There's lots of hype out there about pre-orders and orders for vehicles, but it's important we understand the difference between a deposit and an order. Why this is important is a deposit is merely a small amount of money to get in the line to get a vehicle without really understanding what you're getting. An order is much more important because an order is where you can configure a vehicle, have pricing for it, and actually place an order. A deposit gives you a very good indication of interest in a product, but more importantly, an order gives you the real understanding of the demand for that product. The best examples I can give you of that is there's a lot of what I would call deposits out there for the Cybertruck, as there are for the Mustang Mach-E. However, there are orders for the Porsche Taycan and orders for the Chevrolet Corvette. Orders for Chevrolet Corvette, they've actually got enough orders to sell it out for its first year. There's a seismic shift taking place in the auto industry, and it's starting in some of the leading companies in Germany, where you've got 10% reduction of the workforce across the industry. For instance, Daimler is getting rid of 10,000 people, and Continental, one of the largest suppliers, is getting rid of 20,000. This has global implications. Why this is important? It's all about electrification. What you have happening is you've got more stringent CO2 emissions coming into place in Europe, and you have China having a requirement for 25% of all their vehicles to have some form of electrification by 2025. So what's happening here is you're seeing the industry break up into two groups. You've got the one group that's embracing this and going full on. I would say VW would be that. And then you've got another group that's sitting on the fence on a wait and see. Well, let me tell you, someone's going to kick down their fence. So the industry is going to permanently downsize, probably by about 10%, and then it's going to pivot forward in embracing electrification, getting the commercialisation of this out there, and starting to rebuild their business and making it a profitable business. What's not also being talked about is autonomy, which now everyone's sort of realising there's a commercial possibility here with electrification in the short and medium term, but autonomy is a little bit further out. So you're seeing a bit of a backpedaling on autonomy. But this also talks to the amount of investment required here. These companies have to get their acts together on their cost structure in order to be profitable in a completely new economy. You're going to see a lot more activity on electrified vehicles in the next 12 to 18 months. So be careful of the hype, look behind the hype and look at what the real demand is. The demand is going to be there, there's no question, and the companies that are going to embrace that opportunity are going to do well. There is an upside to this, even though the industry is going to be smaller. Thanks for watching. Please send us any questions or comments or suggestions on stories, and we'll see you next week.